I'm Eric Wilson, your professor for English 302, Ideas in Literature, Romantic Cinema. This is obviously an odd learning situation. This is the first online course that I've ever taught. It may be the first online course that you've ever taken. And as such, we will face challenges. Our main challenge will be, can we capture the spontaneity, the improvisation, the nuance, the subtlety of classroom discussion in the virtual world? Can we do that? I like to think that we can. We will have full class Zoom sessions twice a week. And hopefully we can have that dynamic interpretive interaction there that we might that we would most likely get in an in-person classroom. And we'll also once a week have a small group meeting, which will hopefully foster even more opportunity for discussion. So up front, I just want to say that because this course is somewhat experimental, certainly for me, I think for you, that we will be gentle with each other. We will be patient with each other. But ultimately, I think that we should see the newness of all this as a challenge that should bring forth a keenness of thought and an energy of thought that the old ways of doing things simply did not offer. And William Blake once said, I must create my own system or be enslaved by another man's. I'm not saying that we're in a situation that extreme, but I do like to think about the possibility that in this online world, which we are freshly entered into during this bizarre time, that in this online world that we are moving into new ways, different ways to interpret literary text, and in this class, films as well. So let's try to see ourselves as makers of new systems, new ways of learning, new ways of interacting, new ways of looking at literature, new ways of looking at film. I think if we have those sort of ideas behind what we do, we will have a very rich and rewarding term this summer. Now this class is, I know for a fact, something that will turn me on. I love the three main areas that we will be exploring. First, British Romantic poetry. I've been studying British Romantic poetry for, over 30 years now, and I've written fairly extensively on it. It's a pure literary period that I think, yes, should be approached critically, but also to me offers great power for expanding our minds and deepening our hearts. Second area of this course that I'm very passionate about is film. I have written extensively on film as well. I guess you would call me a film addict. I love movies from any country, from any period, even silent films. I love movies. I love watching the moving image. I'm addicted to the moving image. And I have written books on David Lynch, a book on androids in cinema as well. And a third area that I'm very passionate about is creative writing. I'm a writer of literary nonfiction. I teach literary nonfiction workshops. And even though this is not a creative writing workshop, it is a class in which we will try to understand why these filmmakers and writers made the choices they made, to try to get inside their heads, as it were, and learn about their creative process. And in doing so, hopefully we'll learn something about our own creative processes as well. So normally at this point, if this were an in-person class, I would go around the room asking each person to tell a little bit about life, major, not about life, that would be inappropriate. But I would say, tell the class what's your major. Tell the class what a favorite film is, what a favorite book is, so on and so forth. So I'm asking you to do that in a very brief video, a 3-minute video that you'll share with your classmates. I'm giving instructions for that on Canvas. So that's just a first move that you may not be used to, making a video for a class as a way of participating in class, but that's a first step that we're going to take toward, again, thinking about learning in a new way. I'm totally stoked about this class. I can't wait to get underway.